I'm Paul Tyson of Tyson Advisory Group, and I'm here today with my good friend Steve Bradley on behalf of Burlesoft's Digital Dialogue Series. Steve, it's great to be here with you today.
It's great to be here, Paul.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Steve, you're currently Vice President and HCM Solution Director at Burlesoft, and in fact, you've got some 20 years of experience or more in HCM technologies and have started a couple of HR service companies in the past, one of which was sold to Burlesoft.
That's true.
Yeah, wow. Currently a frequent speaker on the topics of digital transformation, specifically HR technologies in that space, and of course change management, which comes right along with it in the age of technology. So, Steve, most recently you have written a series of articles on HR digital transformation. And what inspired you to do that at this point now?
First of all, again, let me say it's really a pleasure to be here, Paul, and looking forward to having a discussion about this with you. Over the last 20 years of my profession, and after more than over 1,000 HR technology projects for over 600 companies, I've seen both successful and failed projects, but through all of that, most organizations still struggle to adopt and maintain, update the technology. So the thing is that technology's evolving faster than companies can keep up with it, and it's only accelerating. It's creating anxiety and what I like to call tech fatigue that I've witnessed among executives with. It's just too much to deal with. So, and I think part of the issue is that leaders just don't have the right perspective on what digital transformation is or should be. So I decided to write a series of articles to demystify the topic.
Interesting. So digital transformation is a common term. What is HR digital transformation?
Well, first of all, let me just say, it's a great question. Let me say that digital transformation is not just a business concept. Digital transformation has been going on and impacting all of us for a very long time. It's only now, though, that the impacts are so wide-ranging and accelerating at a fast pace that we have to pay attention to it. So we give it a name to kind of focus on it, but in the end, it's really just an evolution and something that's inevitable. But instead of just letting it happen to us, we need to take the reins and manage it. So for our discussion, I wanted to focus on the impact of HR business. In 2017, Deloitte did a study of human capital trends report when digital transformation started really becoming more of a common topic. And they said it's about teams taking up the dual challenges of transforming HR operations and processes on one hand, and then transforming the workforce and the way it gets work done on the other. Well, that's kind of broad. So around the same time, a guy named Brian Solis of Altimeter did a lot of research on this, and he coined the definition like this, which I really like. He defines HR digital transformation simply as the process of changing operational HR process to become automated and data-driven.
Automated and data-driven,
yes.
Sure.
So he went further to describe 6 stages of development, which I would kind of call a capability maturity model.
Yep.
Around digital, and it starts with what you'd expect, business as usual, the current state, which is really nothing, and it progresses up through innovative and adaptive, from things like present and active, more formalized, strategic, converged, to a point where it's just become part of the everyday of how you operate. The only comment that I would say about Brian's original research is that recent thinking, it's very process focused, and more recent thinking needs to include experiential data. So it's not just about process automation, but it's how the automation is used and experienced.
Right.
As I see that. So.
Right. So you're attaching a broader definition to it. In your articles, you use the term digital thinking and digital dexterity. What do you mean by that? Because I think it encompasses more of what you're describing there.
So yeah, that's why I kind of coined the byline a business state of mind, because digital thinking or digital transformation, really the culmination is learning to think digitally. So it's not, the transformation is not an in place, but it's just a different way of looking at things. And when I say think digitally, that means that when you're looking at automation and how it's applied to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of that, you're thinking of digital solutions as a first approach. So with respect to dexterity, you need to develop the skill to know when those things have to happen and when and where and how to deploy the technology. So along with digital thinking becomes the skill to kind of recognize it, think it, and figure out how to do things in a digital way.
So essentially what you're saying, or what I understand you to be saying, is thinking digitally really is think digital first, incorporate the breadth of business into your decisions by incorporating technology. And dexterity is really your ability or maturity to do that.
Exactly. That's a perfect summation.